think it's some major goal you want, or maybe it's one you're already working on and you have experienced a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. You've experienced a lot of disappointment. Maybe you've already given up. And maybe you just need a little fire, a little encouragement to get back in the game again.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the bleacher and the puppet and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go? Where it's covered in all the golden lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. It's the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Welcome into Frozen Pond Arena. I'm Caden McCrory. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday evening. It's the first place Summit City Distillers heading to Valencia, PA to take on the Iron City Forge for a 2-game slate that begins tonight. We'll wrap up tomorrow afternoon. Forge looking to get back in the win column. Summit City on a 2-game win streak, a 6-2 record thus far this season. Been one of the most impressive teams in the American Premier Hockey League. As for the Forge, a little shorthand on the bench, so the injury bug, plus a little bit of illness running through this team. Only 14 total skaters. The Distillers also getting hit with that illness bug, being without their top player in Thomas Neely. They have a lot of other players to rely on, including a couple that are making their season's debut here tonight. 20 minutes on the clock. First of 2 meetings here this weekend between the Distillers and Forge set to get underway. The referee set Ryan Dixon and Brian Lameau into the face-off circle. Puck is down, and here we go. Lameau, the face-off win, Vincent back to Witt. Dumped in by the captain, Cody Hess. Lameau chasing down Kraus, takes him hard into the wall. Michael Keller, the leading scorer for Iron City, will pick it up. Bank this off to the foot of the Distiller defenseman into their zone. It'll be settled now by Cody Hess. Will bank this off the wall to the Devin Perry. Perry in the middle for Lameau. A shot high over the net. Rebound there for Hess. Blocked away by Rupert. Shot comes up high. Blocked by Kraus. And this will be blocked all the way down to the Distiller zone in front of Parker Rutherford. Aiden Witt with some speed. Works this one to the outside with his teammates changing. He'll find Cody Hess and try move it to the middle. She's looking for a stick. And poked away by Cody Silvis. That was Alex Arnold in on the chase. Up come the Forge, can't clear the zone. Roll back to Kraus, dumps this one down ice, and the Forge will complete their change. Eli Kolasa is going to move this one over. Has Dallas Reichert blocked away momentarily by Bellman. Arnold picks up, leaves it off in the zone. The drop pass, shot there by Cross, heads over the net. Daniel Schmidt banks this off the wall, finds Sokolsky, sends it underneath to Schmidt. Back to Sokolsky. Sends it out wide to Reifenberg. Up for Richie Doyle. Lets that go through. And down the length of the ice, this one rolls. First one to it is Reichert. And himself alongside Sokolsky. Gets some reinforcement with Arnold. Sends this one up high for Brett Bauer. Bauer leading the rush. Tries to dangle in. Schmidt gets a piece of it. And can't get the clear. Arnold turns it down low to Bauer. Bauer looking back door. Couldn't find his man sitting there in Tucker Kraus. A Kraus apiece for each team. Tucker for Summit City, Alec for Iron City. And a covered up save there by Cody Silvis. Looking at the goaltenders tonight, Cody Silvis getting the nod for the Iron City Forge, making his 3rd start of the season, rocking around a 7 goals against and the .833 save percentage. As for Summit City, they go to the RMU alum Parker Rutherford, who has been nothing short of phenomenal since signing with the team. 3-1 record, a 5 goals against, .899 save percentage. Played his 4 years of collegiate hockey with the RMU Club B1 team, where I got to see him play a lot. We went to RMU at the same exact time, had some time in the FPHLOL with the Danville Dashers, and now here is Summit City this season. Jake Gockwine will go ahead, chase Fry, a shot through traffic, rebound is there, and Rutherford gets down to make the save. Rutherford, not one of the biggest goalies in the league, but makes his frame very well known. Made him one of the most elite goaltenders in the ACHA Division I during his RMU tenure, and one of the best in the FPHL last year with Danville, despite seeing north of 60, 70 shots a game. He hasn't seen that with Summit City this year. Cody Hess couldn't clear it out of the zone. Jake Offlet stumbles the blue line. Will get that puck back, puts one on. The save there by Rutherford. Cody Hess behind his own net will stutter step around 1, now make it 2, and pushes this out of the zone. Perry to Lameau. Lameau working against Kraus, gives it off for Perry. Up to the point, a shot saved by Silvis. Rebound loose. Silvis cuts down and makes the save. A lot of traffic in front, but Silvis somehow getting a piece. But Carson Sokol with a shot from that right point. provide some traffic in front. 17:07 here in period one. Couple of good chances from both sides. Byron Lamo on the faceoff. The faceoff win by the Forge, rolls to the wall. Point kept alive by the defensive Aiden Witt. Put on another quick stop there by Silvas. Couple All-Stars were announced for Summit City over the past couple of days, as Justin Daner, Cody Hess, Devin Perry, and J.D. Woods, along with the pre-mentioned Thomas Neely, all got their All-Star bids awarded. Congratulations to the 5 of them. Not sure if Iron City will have any representation or not, but to be determined, as Silvas there with another strong save, making his case to be on the Eastern Division goaltending squad. Couple of quick whistles, back to that face-off circle they go. A.J. Bellman, right-hand centerman here for Iron City, going up against Arnold. Will go in favor of the Distillers. A turnover. Dixon, the captain for this Forge squad, gets his pocket picked. And push this one out of the zone from chasing it down. A little bit of a new look first line, breaking up that Keller, Dixon, Crum unit we've seen most of the season, but also with a shortened bench, they'll be a little bit more flexible with the options. Here's Talon Reifenberg. Sends it along the wall. Dixon off the give of Crum. Turnover. Arnold works it out wide. Backhand chance by Kraus. Denied by a diving Reifenberg. Back to the point. They shot round turn. Rebound is there and they'll score. Tucker Kraus is 5th of the year, and the Distillers make it a 1-0 game. One nothing Summit City early. Tucker Kraus winning the battle of the Krauses so far tonight. He cleared to center ice, banked off the wall. Has the man Justin Richardson making his season debut. One of a handful of Distiller players making their debut tonight. Richardson. Send this one off the wall. Has a man Chris Wallum. His shot ricochets wide. On the wall, Richie Doyle. Providing some heavy traffic. Not afraid to throw his weight around. A big man to knock off the puck. And throws his weight around there as Doyle gets ran on by a Distiller forward. Doyle behind the play. Still trying to dig himself free. As the Distillers known to be a physical team when they need to be. We saw it a lot last year. Trey Bruggeman, one of the guys out on the line tonight, was a big responsibility in making that Forge offense really feel his presence. And a big reverse hit by Alec Kraus on Richardson. Kraus goes after him again, and we see the physicality start to ramp up early. Here's Garrett Rupert, the other heavy, big hitting defenseman on that Forge blue line. To the middle, A.J. Bellman cuts around one, make it two. Or the outside, Bellman holds on back at Sokolsky. What a diving effort by Rutherford to get a piece of it with the pad. Sokolsky plays some body traffic on Devin Perry. Top unit working their way out for Summit City. Devin Perry, round one, works to the outside. Perry holding, tries to get a shot off, rolls behind the net. Perry going up against Noah Chris. We get a whistle here and a high stick call. This will come outside the Forge defensive zone. Shout out to the Rutherfords in the comments. It's great to hear from you guys as well. Missed Colin Parker's game, so when I saw he was on the roster again for Summit City, don't realize how excited I was. Reifenberg back to Bellman. Play this off the wall. Reifenberg for the break. Gives this off to Jake Aqua. Aqua puts one on. Pad save Rutherford. Behind the net, Carson Salkold holds him behind the net. Forge bring 3 behind. Chance in front, no one home. Cody Hess with some speed. Has Devin Perry with him. Hess to Perry to the backhand, and he scores. A diving effort by Silvis. But the patience from Devin Perry, now Seller's 5th of the year. Summit City with a 2-0 lead. Devin Perry, the recently named All-Star. You can see why, and a beautiful feed by Cody Hess to find him in open space, make it a 2-0 game. Yes, we know the scoreboard is not working. If you're unfamiliar, we have someone in the penalty box that does our scoring on our stream. So if it's a little behind, we do apologize, but we do know it's 2-0. And it's almost 3-0 with a backhand chance there. In front of the net once again by Kraus. Kraus to the point. Out wide, Arnold, a high shot over the net. Dixon trying to dig it out of the skates. Out there comes Arnold. As the Forge, Kraus will take him into the wall. Makes it a little bit harder with both Krauses on the ice. This will bank off of Eli Colassa, and Ricky Crum with a chance to skate this one down. Ricky Crum bodied away. The Distillers hold possession. Pass in the middle to Arnold. Out wide for Kraus. Brooks to the outside against Rupert. Cuts in. Takes this behind the net. The Distillers changing behind the play. Kraus still holding. Outside chance deflected in front. And a save by Silvis. Up to the point. This chance gets shuffled wide. Another floater on net's blocked away. Picked up by Grant Seibenaller. Seibenaller in front looking for a stick. Chris Wallum has to retreat. Wallum, one of the veterans of the Summit City squad. The Distiller team went on a little bit of a run last year. They're ultimately falling just short where the Buffalo Tempest won it all. Garrett Rupert will dump this one in. Richie Doyle collects this one at center. Dances around one, pulls the trigger, saved there by Rutherford. And the stick going wild there, one of the Distiller defensemen. Bellman falls to his feet. Doyle tries to play this underneath. Couldn't hit his man. As we'll glove this one down in center ice. Bellman has some trouble along that Distiller bench. Here comes J.D. Woods leading the rush. Woods looking, Alexis shot blocked there by Dan Schmidt. Shots favoring Forge 5-1. I'm not sure how that is true since there's 2 goals on the board for Summit City. So we're going to take that shot count with a grain of salt there to your top of your screen. Carson Salkold banks it off the wall. This one will go down for Distiller icing here at 11:03. We don't have an in-game announcer, so I'll try my best to keep up on the assists as they come in. And trust the APHL app, and if you're looking to follow along with stats, penalties throughout the game, it is live on the APHL.hockey website, where I have all the goals as they happen. They actually missed the first goal. They have the second goal on there, Perry from Hess, but not the first one. Big hit thrown in the corner. As slow to his feet is Chase Fry. We've been on the big receiving end of a couple of hits the last couple of games. We saw him go against Kyle Wilkins of Buffalo. He was a little shaken up. Then be able to play the next game. Chase Fry puts his man into the end wall. Fry gets thrown into the Summit City net, and that's going to cause some traffic, and we're going to drop the gloves. Lameau and Fry. Fry gets a couple of rights. Lameau gets a couple in there as well. Fry trying to reach over top. Lameau trying to get the left and takes him down to the ice with a heavy right. Chase Fry answers the bell. But Byron Lameau throwing his weight on top. We see our first fight of the weekend. Forge bench loving it from their rookie. And the Distillers seen one of their veterans take charge. Fry's second fight of his young career. Will stay 5-on-5. Good to see them answer the bell. So Buffalo threw their weight around a lot, and there was not a lot of answers from this Forge squad. And only with 13 now active skaters with Fry in the box. Be a little careful with choosing your battles. Stay 5-on-5. Just coincidental fighting majors, nothing more. The battle of the 21s in the face-off circle. Arnold versus Dixon. Dixon plays it over to Michael Keller. Can clear this out. And now you're going to see this top line reunited with Fry in the box. This created a lot of magic, especially that opening weekend against Thousand Island. The chance in front for Cody Hess. And denied with Silvis going along his post. Since then, of course, this line's been very quiet in terms of production. Buffalo kind of shadowed Michael Keller that entire weekend, left him goalless. So looking for other players to step up. Dixon had a couple of goals throughout that weekend, including the Teddy Bear toss goal. Crum's been a little quiet on the score sheet as well. They want to get him going tonight. And here's a chance for that top line. Keller loses it, feeling the pressure. Backpedaling is Alex Arnold. With hold behind his own net. Arnold along the wall to Hess. Hess with some speed. Hess kicks it. Gets met by Keller. Still holding on. Arnold, a shot. He scores. Bar down. Beauty from Alex Arnold. His fourth of this season. It's 3-0 Distillers. Once again, Cody Hess, the one dishing it around. Their captain. And now 24 points on the season for number 9. And CUI is pretty much a unanimous vote to get into that All-Star game. $3-0 Summit City here on the first 10.5. Skolsky will get a stick in there, momentarily breaks it up. Here is Tucker Krause. Denied by Richie Doyle. We'll float this one over to Sokolsky. Sokolsky leading the rush in, tries to mill for Bellman. That's broken up. Krause gets met by the fellow Krause below the body. Alec will take a tumble. Doyle couldn't receive that one from Rupert. To the middle, Rupert will pick it up himself. He'll just chip this off the wall, and he'll elect to chase himself. Reading back is J.D. Woods. Off the wall by Sibonaro. Taking possession is Alec Krause. Will throw one on that. Parker Rutherford there to make the stop. Woods. To the middle. Doyle breaks it up for a second. And now here come the Distillers. Sibonaro with Krause. Elects the shot. Blocked away by Alec Krause. Sokolsky with some speed down center. Winds up shot. Pad save by Rutherford. Doyle then try to fight this one underneath. He's tied up. Out it comes Summit City. As behind the play, Doyle jousting away. As he takes a charge at Aiden away, and there's a penalty coming up on Doyle. So it'll be Doyle for a rough, and Summit City will head to the power play. Running at about 1 of every 4 chances, 27% so far, has been Summit City this season. So a very dangerous crew, and of course led by none other Cody Hess, who has 4 on the season. The Hess, Arnold, Krause, Perry, and Witt, the power play unit. Iron City, 71% on the PK. A number they're trying to improve on. We'll go Aqua, Crum, Reifenberg, and Schmidt. So wait to put the penalty on the board. I'll take this second to say thank you to the Scoreboard, always a favorite sponsor here from the Iron City Forge, located about 2 minutes away from the rink. Late open on Saturday, stop after the game. This power play set to begin. Aiden Witt, shot from the point, deflected, stopped there by Silvis. Cody Hess puts it up over to Arnold, broken up by Crump. Arnold in the big role here, taking that spite of Lamo on this top power play. Arnold to Witt, to the point to Kraus. Back over to Arnold, a shot and blocked by Reifenberg. Witt holding through some traffic, gets down low, a chance on the back door for Perry, floats wide. Kraus will walk it to the blue line. Kicked by Hess, around the wall for Arnold. Arnold spinning. Looking for some room, has the middle to Perry. Back up high to Witt, down low to Hess. Hess trying to open it up. Out wide for Arnold. Arnold spinning to find some space. Back to the top of the right circle. Shot by Whitney, scores. Aiden Witt, second of the year, comes on the power play. And Summit City with a 4-goal onslaught to start this one. Aiden Witt, the one that draws the penalty behind the play on Doyle. Ends up making his mark in the minute 5 seconds left on that Doyle penalty. See Garrett Rupert a little banged up on that Iron City bench. Hopefully he's good to go the rest of the game, has the helmet off. Being down defenseman is less than ideal for Iron City, already down to only 14 skaters. So work to clear the penalty off the board. So we know it's 5-on-5 at minimum. They just want to run it. We'll see another mix of the lines here. Keller with Sokolsky and Doyle here for Iron City. Keller, 11 goals, 23 points this year. 1 on the power play, 1 shorthanded. Clock starts. We know it's 5-on-5, so that penalty will just run its way off. Keller. Back for Noah Chris. He's played in both forward and defensive roles this season. Today he'll be defense again. Filling in some slots. Benny Cunningham, Denny Boluch, a couple of bodies out of the lineup today. Sokolsky will pick this one up. Tries to bank it off the wall. Be broken up there by Justin Richardson. Big hit thrown along the wall by Doyle. It's tied up in his skates. Here's Noah Chris. This will float its way down. The Distillers still hold possession. This shot floats in. Blocker save there by Cody Silvis. Noah Chris putting his body on that puck. Looks around for Sokolsky. Gets his stick lifted. Sokolsky backpedaling, trying to open space. Has Noah Chris. Chris rocks it himself. Winds up shot glove saved by Rutherford. Feels the pressure of Keller and elects to hold. See, that shot total was not moved. So it's definitely still not 5-1 in favor in Iron City. So we're just going to rough guess from about 15 to 6. Sounds like a good number in favor at Summit City. Also, as mentioned, there's internship job openings available at ironcityforge.com/jobs. So you want to help me? I have a lot of work here. So does everyone else. We're very short staffed. Please help us. Distillers 4-0 lead. Excuse me, as we approach the 5.5 minute mark. Turnover. Perry a shot, rings one off the post. They get thrown along that far wall. Cody Hess comes out with it. A chance in front for Arnold. Bouncing puck is knocked down by Rupert. Good to see him back on the ice after getting shaken up a little bit earlier. Jake Aquad, another one of those Swiss Army knife players. We've seen him play defense, and then the last couple games on offense, that's where he stands again today. Arnold to Hess. Hess brings it up ice. Has Brett Bauer with him. Hess with a nice little reverse check on Krause. Shot from the point, gets floated wide by J.D. Woods. Ricocheted shot in front. Bauer tries to pull the trigger. Silvis gets a piece of it. Bellman tied up along the wall. Gonna take the fellow Krause and a big hit thrown by Dixon. Through the middle. Seibenaller sends this one down low, looking to open up space. Back to J.D. Woods. Shot floated on, pad stop made by Silvis. Dixon with another at-large hit. Was the captain trying to get some physicality going for his team. Alec Krause skates it up himself. Trying to body for position here, still holding onto that puck and eventually dragged into the corner by Aiden Witt. This will be an icing that is now waved off with the Silvis touch. Matt Delosier, team owner and general manager, plays along the wall to Ricky Crum. Crum leaves it off for Bellman. Bellman trying to turn on the burners here. Bellman works his way in, dangles, tried to go to the backhand. And the Distillers shut him down. Up ice. Summit City goes for a shot here. That'll bank off a stick of a pair of Forge defenders. And be whistled dead here at 3:26. Carson Sulkold, or excuse me, Brett Bauer, trying to lead that rush. And that, talk about a more perfect hockey name, Brett Bauer. Blows off the tongue well. Hopefully he uses a Bauer stick. I think he is. Matches very well if he is. Into the face-off, Chris and Wallum. Again, Jacob Sokolsky. Goes in favor of Sokolsky. Delosier. Out for Doyle. Up for Sokolsky. Trying to dance around. Sulkold. Try to go to the point here. That's broken up by Richardson. Schmidt. On the wall. Still trying to move that forward. Wallum gets a piece of it and gets it out. Up for Jordan Clark. Backdrop to Richardson. Trying to find Wallum in stride off the front of the skate. Sokolsky to Keller. Keller trying to walk his way in. Broken up by Dallas Riker. Riker, another one of those new additions to the Distiller lineup tonight on defense. Chris holds the blue line for Iron City, down 2:30 to go. Here in period one, a floater, and Rutherford sees it at the last moment to cover up. Rutherford, all black gear. See, a little unusual for goaltenders. It matches very well with that white jersey. As Fry and Lameau are out of the box. Bowman will be kicked out of the faceoff for Iron City. Faceoff win by Aqua. Aggressive shot blocked away by Lameau. A backhander floating. And now Perry off for Hess. Back to Perry. The dynamic duo. Hess leaves it off for Lameau. Backhand chance. Couldn't find it. Aqua. And clear this out of the zone. This will bank its way down. Not enough for an icing as it rolls into Rutherford's crease. J.D. Woods. Up for Cody Hess. Through the middle has Perry. Brings Lameau with them. Chris steps up. Perry holds on. Perry in front looking for a man. And Chris can slap this one to center ice. Minute 40. Here in period one. Forge going for a couple changes. Lazy changes at that. This is almost non-man break in favor of the team in white. Chase Fry. Off the feet of Dixon. Walks in. That one pushed wide of the net as Dixon gets thrown hard behind the net. Up ice. Devin Perry dangles his way. Excuse me, Alex Arnold puts one on. A stop there by Silvis. Dixon has a little trouble locating. Fry there to help him, and this will bank its way off the Iron City bench out of play. 1:09 to go. Joe Coulter and Johnny McGuire running the bench for Iron City tonight. Two of the injured Forge players. Saw McGuire go out in the first Thousand Island game, where he's out at least for a little bit longer. We'll see if when playoff time rolls around, if he's ready to go. Coulter probably another week-to-week basis. Stiller face-off win. Sent underneath looking for Kraus. Kraus to Arnold. Arnold looking. Alexis shot blocked there by Alec Kraus. Now picked up by Tucker Kraus, a turning chance. Is pushed wide. Rupert can clear this one out of the zone. Leaves it off for Sokolsky. Sokolsky's shot, and that'll be deflected off of the Distiller defenders. Somehow stays in play. It's a floater on net. Rutherford tracks and gets the glove down. Down to 32.9. As Rutherford with a scare. There, still holding on. Back up for him tonight, Stephen Vlatt. Has yet to appear in a game this year. Let's see if maybe he gets into action tomorrow as the starter, or if he's back to Rutherford again. The Distillers with a chance and a breakaway for Chris Woolham. Woolham walks into the backhand. Silvis makes a stop with the pad. Doyle takes a run at Simonholler, and now will storm up ice. Can't dance around his guy. It's now Crum. Gets a jab in. The big hit thrown by Simonholler on Sokolsky, who is slow to his feet. As Doyle will just hold on to the puck and take it to the dressing room. 4-0 Summit City as they answer with a loud ring in the goal column and the hit column to end the period. It started with a Tucker Kraus goal, followed by Devin Perry, and then Alex Arnold on the power play goal by Aiden Witt. Puts us where we are, 4-0 Distillers as we head to the break. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll be back with period 2 of Summit City and Iron City just after this. Welcome back live into Frozen Pond Arena. Second period of Distillers and Forge coming at you. And if you're wondering about some World Junior Hockey action, Slovakia over Germany 4-1. Canada beat Latvia 2-1 in overtime after Latvia with a late goal to send it into OT. And then the Americans taking down Switzerland 2-1. Now the Americans, the Canadians, all at 2-0. Slovakia 1-0-1. And the Germans, Latvians, and Switzerland all stay on without a win. World Junior Hockey, best time of the year. A tiny bit of a delay for something here to start period number 2. Let's recap period 1, shall we, real quick. First goal, Tucker Krause's 5th of the year from Alex Arnold and Eli Kolassa. Second goal goes to Devin Perry, assisted by Cody Hess. Third goal, Alex Arnold from Cody Hess. And that fourth goal coming on the power play off the stick of Aiden Witt, assisted by Alex Arnold and as well, Cody Hess. So 3 points for the captain and the all-star here in the first period. It was Michael Keller. He's outside checking on something for Iron City. Sure if it was equipment issue or what it might have been, but it looks like we're ready to roll. And we are. You see Nick Lyon, the backup tonight for Iron City, getting loose by the Iron City dressing room. You wonder if a goalie switch does occur tonight. It's not against Silvis, though, in terms of performance that the Forge have put on. As he makes a stop here, it'll be covered. And let go. A wraparound chance. There's a 9 by the Forge defense. Summit City with a 15-8 shots advantage in period number 1. So we get that answer. It just happened way after the period. We found that out. The Steelers almost doubling the shot total of the Forge. Here's that top unit for Summit City. Has provided points on 3 of the 4 goals tonight. Back to the points win. A shot comes in. Glove stop there by Silvis. And he'll hold on. Looks like Rupert laboring a little bit. We saw him go down in the first period. That's something that was bugging him. And still looks to be wincing on his way back to the bench. Good to see Keller on the ice. We weren't sure if it was an injury or what was happening at the start of that second period, but he is on the ice here to start after that first whistle. Here's Reifenberg. Trying to move this along to Bellman. Distillers take control. There's Tucker Frous. Winds up shot, glove save made by Silvis. He'll hold on here at 18:55. Second line, it's been pretty deadly for the Distillers today. Saw Tucker Krause open the scoring. Alex Arnold, when he got moved up, providing a goal. Had himself a 3-point night thus far. Daniel Schmidt can clear this around the horn. All the way down this one will go. And this will be a Forge icing made by linesman Derek Carlins. Carlins, the RMU roller hockey coach, has led his team to a multitude of national championship appearances. Bellman kicked out of the faceoff. Keller will come in. A faceoff win for Summit City in favor of Alex Arnold. A shot comes in, saved there by the netminder Silvis. As the Forge hold. Looking for the boot of Richie Doyle. Turned over, and here come the Distillers, but offside is Alex Arnold having a little trouble holding the line. With Brett Bauer trying to create the chance. Forge will go for some fresh bodies. Bellman against Arnold. Tied up and trying to move forward for Keller. Good stick lift there by Summit City, and a big hit thrown by Keller behind the play. Dallas Weichert on the receiving end, and Keller goes after another one. Down the other way, bank off the wall. Doyle to Keller, winds up shot saved by Rutherford. Neil Hold. Michael Keller's shot out of a cannon. to finish off his first shift of the second period. He's laboring on that bench. There's Johnny McGuire there to console him off camera. Been dealing with illness throughout the week. Still playing here today. Fighting through the pain of that too. Alec Krause's shot. Rutherford will slide out of his crease. Make the save there at the stick. Jordan Clark taking a trip to center ice. Keller provides a lot of this team's offense. And try to continue to fight his way through, knowing him. Face-off win. Sokolsky to Aqua, a shot high over the net. Getting a piece of it, I believe, is one of the Distillers defensemen. Stuyvenaller is going to send this around the wall. Looking for Jacob Scholland. Jacob Scholland, another one of those newcomers in the Summit City lineup tonight, wearing number 76. Paired up with J.D. Woods at the current time. Stuyvenaller underneath the Woolham. Broken off by Gare Rupert. Facing around for Jake Aquat. Aquat skies this one to center. Stuyvenaller knocks it down. As Aquat takes him to the wall. Cleared by Chase Fry. Had the fight earlier against Byron Lameau, excuse me. Tied up along the wall. Skolsky to the point. Dan Schmidt winds up shot. That one around the horn. Krause can keep it in. Krause underneath to Sokolsky. In front, banks off the body of a diving Distiller defender, and Jacob Sokolsky nets home the Forge's first goal of the night. A weird bounce goes in favor of the Forge. And Sokolsky, who has snake bitten all weekend against Buffalo, had about 6 or 7 different chances, and just couldn't find the back of the net and gets rewarded off a fluky goal in front of that. Stuyvenaller just dove down and put it into his own net. Sokolsky's 6th of the year. 4-1 Summit City. Forge with some life here. We talk about people needing to set up. Sokolsky is one of those ones. 1 or 2 bounces go a different way. They take a game against Buffalo. A shot there by Cody Hess on that offensive rush. Almost finds its way through. Here's Dixon looking backdoor to Crum. Out of his reach now comes the deadly Cody Hess. Skates in on his backhand, leaves it off for Lameau, trying to find backdoor, and this one will ricochet out of the zone. Broken up by Dixon, 3-on-1 developing. Dixon walks into the forehead, tries to open up. Rutherford just couldn't pull the trigger. Cody Hess can't clear. Bellman has to wait, but turns it over. 3-on-2 developing. Hess to Lameau, a shot saved by Silvis. Rebound knocked out of the air by the Forge defense. Underneath is Hess, trying to move this in front. Forge all over and having some trouble clearing. Silvis will make the stop. That was Cody Hess with some words for Daniel Schmidt of the Forge, along with a couple other black jerseys. Cody Hess, the captain, trying to keep his team in front by a lot and keep the spark in his favor, but the Forge feeling something here in the second period. Alec Krause along the wall. I'll turn this one up. Ice finds Michael Keller. Cross ice to Doyle. Doyle gets around one. Puts one on. Pad stop there by Rutherford. Sokolsky races to it, can keep it in. Tries to walk that line and be cleared out by Richardson. Forward for Arnold. In front for Richardson, showing to his forehand and denied by Silvis with the glove. .15:30. Here in the second period, lone goal of the period comes off the stick of Jacob Sokolsky. His 6th of the season. Here's the one to take the draw against Arnold. Go off to the wall. Clear by the Ford. Successful. Here's Michael Keller as out comes Rutherford to get the stick to knock it away. Aggressive, smart play from the RMU alum. Krause banks it off the wall. Couldn't clear it out of the zone. Richardson a sharp angle chance. That'll go off the end wall. Noah Chris will dance to center ice. Looking to open up some space. Gets closed off there by a moment of Dallas Reichert. Doyle surrounded by a couple of white jerseys. And now a penalty coming up on the Distillers is Noah Chris with a couple of love taps in front of the net. Or will be possibly on Chris. It's going to be a cross check. It'll be Noah Chris for a cross check to the power play. Go the Distillers 1 for 1 tonight so far in that category. It only took him 55 seconds to break ahead off the goal of Aiden Witt from the point. So now I'll get a chance to make it 2 for 2 with that 27% power play. Now up to about 28, 29% after the goal. A lot of deadly shooters. Cody Hess directing traffic. Byron Lamo on the faceoff. Will get the win. To the point to win. Down to the half circle. Finds Krause. Looking to find a lane. Gets it down low to Perry. Perry the shot. And a save by Silvas. Kills off 11 seconds of the power play. So look for Krause or Witt, excuse me, to be the dishers of this power play. And Perry, you know how deadly his shot can be. Down low, seemingly where they want to go with it. Krause finds Hess. Underneath to Lamo. Back up high to Witt. Finds Krause. Back to Witt. Witt down low to Hess. In front for Perry. He scores. Devin Perry. Speaking into existence, a power play goal. His 5th of the season, and the Distillers make it 5-1. Another one of those 5 Summit City All-Stars in Devin Perry. Let's see why he earned that nod with a beautiful power play finish off the feet of Hess. Perry's 5th. 5-1 Summit City. And the Distillers looking to continue the drive. This shot there floats towards the net. He blocked away. Up ice to Chase Fry. Chase Fry dangles to his backhand. Save by Rutherford. Closing down the legs and keeps this one a 4-goal game. Chase Fry, 1 goal in his young career, came in that opening weekend against Thousand Island. Has made his impact known in other areas of the ice. And trying to find his way back on that score sheet. Bellman, Aquat, and Fry, the offensive unit out here. Off to the corner, Chase Fry. Tried to go back to the point. Aquat trying to provide some breakout. Out with it come the Distillers. Krause, the first back for Island City. Over the point, Reichert gets crunched on by a pair of Ford's defenders. To the point. Tries the cross-ice pass, broken up momentarily. Colassa had some trouble on the entry. Distillers going to go for the reset. Seibenaller gets his pocket picked by Aqua, closes him down along that wall. Krause to Rupert. Around for Fry. Couldn't clear that one the whole way. Bellman picks it up. Trying to get an open space. Having a very hard time. The Distiller defense just holding the neutral zone very well. Lamo in front looking for Woollop. Bounced off of his stick. Bounces out to Hess. His shot, that one goes off a Forge body, out of play here at 12:43. Sapolsky, Crum, Dixon, unit the Forge like to go with here against that top unit of Summit City. Face off in favor of Iron City this time around. Dixon moves this underneath the Delosier. Finds Sokolsky. Leaves it off for Dixon. Dangles one. Now has some room to the outside. Drop pass for Sokolsky as Dixon gets buried behind the play. That wins the race for the icing. Looking for Sokolsky in front. Will bank this off the wall. No one home. Keller will slap this one to Ricky Crum. Dixon heads off to the dressing room. Shot for Keller. What a save by Rutherford. Flashing the leather and robbing the Iron City top goal scorer. We just saw Chris Burkle do it to Wooster, in the Buffalo game. And now Rutherford trying to match that on the highlight reel. Keller by himself, one of the most lethal shooters in this game. And Rutherford with an answer with the leather. You can't draw it up any better than that if you're a Summit City fan. Keller trying to provide a spark. Once again, like he did on his last shift, we know he's going through a lot of adversity right now with the illness and an injury of some sort. But still staying on the ice for his team. Sokolsky gets buried along the wall. Takes down a referee with him. Both seem to be okay. Chance in front for Doyle. He scores. Richie Doyle off a Distiller body and into the back of the net. The Forge finds some life. His 5th of the season. Richie Doyle has a knack in front of the net to find his way in open space to get a goal. We saw him do it in the Buffalo game a couple of times. And now into the back of the net, the Forge with some life. Has 2 goals for Rutherford winning back, but not much he could have done on either of those off just weird deflections. It's the only way you're going to beat a goaltender like him. 5-2. Doyle from Keller. Aaron pass for Aquat. Bounces off his stick. Aquat. And try turn to his forehand. Gets collapsed on by a pair of Distiller defenders. He picked up by Chase Fry. Wraparound chance. Loose in front for Bellman. Just couldn't hold on. 3-on-2 developing. Kraus will float this one to Bellman. Distillers off sides. Bellman. Round 1. Moves it in to his backhand. And broken up there by the stick of Dallas Riker. So sell off a boot of the Distillers. Rupert. Out wide to Kraus. D to D. Rupert. Off the Distiller bench to Sokolsky. To the middle. Has Chase Fry. 2-on-1 with Bellman. Elects a shot. Save made. Rebound for Bellman off the back door. Bouncing puck goes against the Forge. Other way, Cody Hess driving in. Hess splitting. Lamo trying to open up Silvis. Leaving along the wall, Reifenberg. For Doyle, clearing attempt denied. Hess, bouncing puck. From gets it at center, turns it over. Offsides Distillers as J.D. Woods just has to tap it into the zone. Reifenberg. Along with Doyle. Doyle with a massive hit shot there, saved by the mask of Silvis. And the Forge can clear that one off of J.D. Woods. Icing is called off. Rutherford comes out to play it around the wall for Woods. Quickly sends it up. No icing. Actually, yes, icing. As Byron Lameau behind the play had the break against Reifenberg. As this one should come to center ice. Maybe the Forge are going to get lucky here, and this is going to go all the way down. And they're going to put it in center ice. For the miscue, they at least can get this one to center. Here in a 3-goal game. Schmidt off the wall. Reifenberg up for Doyle. There's Reifenberg, gets tossed down behind the play. Doyle with a massive hit against Krause. Doyle gets a couple sticks in their penalty coming up. As Arnold in some pain. And now talking to by a couple of Distiller players. We'll see if it's for 4 or not. With Arnold, I think there might have been a little blood drawn. Just from the view I saw, we'll see if it's 2 or 4. As Arnold's going to head to the dressing room, it's definitely looking like a 4. Yes, it is. Without one of the top power play guys, is Summit City now. Is Doyle visibly frustrated? Just trying to go for a stick, gets in the mouth. And some stitches upcoming. So 4-minute power play for Summit City. 2 for 2 in that category today. Didn't take them long on either attempt. Here's Way. Down for Krause. His shot blocked away there by Aqua. Will stay in play. Lameau up high. Down for Hess. Hess trying to drive his way in. We're going to leave it on the wall. Broken up there by Aqua. And can clear this one to length. Now Keller is in the Iron City dressing room. Come the Distillers. Shot there by Hess. Glove stops Silvis. Flashes the leather. Can hold on to that one. 34 seconds of the penalty killed. 3:26 to go. PK unit will change for Iron City. Distillers will keep that top unit on, presumably for at least a minute and a half for the 4-minute power play. Face-off win by Lameau. Back to the point to Witt. Witt shot through traffic. They'll score. A power play goal by Aiden Witt with a lot of traffic in front. It's 6-2 Distillers. Not sure if it'll be Witt that gets credit for his second of the game and second on the power play, but at least we'll get the primary assist on that one. To make it a 4-goal game once again, let's watch the replay here, see if we can see a deflection in front of that crease. It starts off with that beautiful face-off win. Looks like it's going to go to Witt. Didn't see a deflection. If someone want to slow it down, let me know. And give credit where it's to the right player. But as it stands right now, Witt's second of the game, second on the power play. And 3 for 3 have been the Distillers today. Second power play unit on. Distillers trying to open it up. Back to the point. Down sharp angle chance and they'll score. Chris Wollam. Power play goal. 7-2. Forge visibly frustrated here. As now 4 power play goals given up. Preventable penalties. And the Distillers taking advantage. All started with a beautiful feed down low by Eli Colossa. The Forge had a little bit of life, and it's continuously been gripped away time and time again by the Summit City squad, who's done a wonderful job in response. It's all the Forge have to throw at them. 7:40 here in period 2. Alec Kraus and take this underneath. Looking in front, it'll find its way to Daniel Schmidt. Walks at the blue line. A lot of traffic. Doesn't elect a shot. Keller a chance high over Rutherford's net. Kraus to the middle. That pass broken up by Richardson. Clears at the length. This will be an icing on Summit City. .716 here in period 2. Keller back on that Forge bench. Short shift for him, trying to fight through the pain here. As the Aqua unit hops on, Delosier taking a forward shift this time around. Here is Delosier a shot that floats towards the net, saved by Rutherford. Rebounds there, another stop by Rutherford. And now the Distillers will bring 2 up ice quickly. Richardson with Seibenaller. Richardson's shot, that floats wide in the net. Delosier takes a run. And one Distiller defenseman, they'll go for a handful of changes. This one will be offsides on Summit City as Aqua takes a run. Delosier skates it up himself. Has a little trouble on the entry. Be cleared by Summit City. And here they come, that top unit's Perry. Drop past Lamo, saved by Silvis. Reifenberg had a little trouble clearing that one out. Delosier skating to that one. Pass gets across to Perry. Into the middle. Fry couldn't clear it. Shot from shoulder from the point is blocked. Delosier up for Fry. Drop pass to Aqua. Can't get it out. Trying to play Perry and Aqua with a couple of whacks each other's way. Maybe Aqua trying to mix his way in. He's been to a fight already in that Thousand Island series. Not afraid to throw the drop. Reifenberg. Down the wall, Fry. Shot from Schold. Floats its way around. Delosier takes a run at Woods. Goes now into the corner. Perry. Up the point to Schold. Broken up by Aqua. Turned over to Hess. Hess behind the net holding. Around for Perry. And now Poundy coming up. So Iron City with a delaying game penalty on Silvis for pushing off the net, I believe. Is what I may have heard correctly. I'm not 100% sure. Or just the net came off. Just the net came off. Okay, no penalty. Gets Iron City a whistle at minimum to get some fresh bodies on the ice. Excuse me, they won. Aqua trying to make a run for the bench. At least get one change. Now make it 2. The clearing attempt by Reifenberg. At the point, Sulkel keeps it alive. Now it's eventually drawn out. Delosier, a couple of taps and passing to Reifenberg. It's tied up beautifully there by Woolham. Chance in front, and they'll score, and a beauty by Brett Bauer. Taking advantage of the loose change. 9-2. Or 8-2, excuse me. As Reifenberg's going to head to the Iron City bench. Looks like Alex Arnold's coming back from the Summit City locker room. Take a look at the goal. Patience there by Brett Bauer. That's Bauer's 4th of the season. 8-2 Distillers. The shot there floated in by Seibenaller, denied. The Forge short bench really catching up to him in the second period, and the injuries just kind of piling up. Sokolsky to Crum. Looking back for Sokolsky. Rutherford gets a stick in, can glove that one down. 4:22 here in period 2. Is Rutherford keeping his team in it? Sure for a goaltender. Hasn't seen a shot in a while. Trying to stay warm down there. You see if Stephen Vlot maybe gets the third period. For the Distillers, they feeling comfortable with the 6-goal lead. I know a lot of Distiller fans would be very thrilled to see Stephen Vlot get in that net. Simon Aller winds up shot there. Saved there by Silvis. Back to the point. This will be floated towards the net, and that one wide. Eli Colossa. That broken up by Schmidt. Going to send this one around. Will be kicked towards the net. Saved there by Silvis. Richardson. Underneath the Hess. Back up to the point. Colossa. Stutter steps. Goes underneath. Hess. Waiting. He's skied in the air. Colossa knocks it down. Crum can clear to center. The Stillers offsides now can go into the play. Routes to Schmidt. Intercepted pass. And then Colossa will just tap this one into the zone. The Stillers go for the change. Schmidt banks it off the wall. Wanted Crum. And he'll just head to the bench. 3 minutes to go. As now Crum going to head off to the corner in a visible argument with someone on that Forge bench. The shot comes in. Save made there by Silvis. Dixon's back on the Forge bench. It's good to see after taking that hit in the midway through the second. The shot there, and they'll score. It's Devin Perry with the hat-trick goal. (9-2) Summit City. As that'll be the end of the night for Silvis. So in will come Nick Lyon. His second relief appearance of the season. 0-1, 7.9 goals against, 815 save percentage. One start, one relief appearance. Forge were offsides. Doyle gonna send it into the zone. Fights around one. Gonna take JD Woods hard into the wall. Doyle trying to be a spark without going to the box. The shot in, save made by Lyon. First one's always the hardest. And we'll close down here at 2:10. We're very distraught Forge bench at the moment. Still a whole period of play, remember, after this. It's kind of hard to believe. It's a lot of late changes here for the Forge. Not really sure what they're throwing on the ice at the moment. Summit City, complete domination. These last couple of minutes are just throwing the Forge off their game. The shot comes in there, saved there by Lyon. Rebound pumps out. Turning chance they'll score. Alex Arnold, second of the game. And now 10-2 Distillers. Can't do much here, Nick Lyon there. He's said pretty lifeless team at the moment. And any goalie on a practical 5-on-0 can't do much. (1:45) Here in the second, the period seemingly never ending for Iron City fans and players alike. You're the Distillers, you're hoping there's more time on that clock. Carson Saltwood, gonna leave this on the wall. Shot there, thrown wide by Jordan Clark. To be cleared to center. Fry with a couple of taps to Lit. Those two exchange some blows. Fry leaves it off for Reifenberg. And no one home. Delosier mixed up with Sokol in front of the forward bench. Down to a minute to play in the second. Chris Walla. Met on by Delosier. Aquat. Plays it to the point. Got the live shot there by Clark. Covered by Lyon. 44.3 here in the second. It was 4-0 at the end of the first period. Pair of goals by the Forge mixed in the second, but 6-goal period for Summit City. Including 3 more power play goals, including 2 on a 4-minute penalty. Keller the lone forward on the chase there. The Distillers bring it in quickly on the rush. Palasa. It's hit hard by Doyle, passing underneath the hatch. Chance in front, digging is Lamo. And a save by Lyon. 26.8 here in the second. Sokolsky, face-off win there by Lamo. Sent down low to Perry. Perry underneath the Lamo. Wanting Hess. Lamo gonna reset underneath. In front, wanting Perry now. Back to the point. Pass quickly broken up there by Sokolsky down to the final 5. Lamo. Shot there, blocked away by Doyle. He'll just slap this one around the wall, and that'll do it for this second period. As Doyle and Hess will chat it up behind the play. As the Distillers taking a very comfortable 8-goal lead into the dressing room. We'll step aside for about 15 minutes-ish or so for a very eventful third period. We'll see if there's a little bit of life in this Forge roster when we come back. All right, third period. Let's go. 10-2 Summit City. Let's see what the Forge have left in the tank, and if the Distillers can make an answer or continue their lead here. Is a big hit thrown by Alec Kraus on Byron LeBeau. Shots are 39-25 in favor of Summit City throughout the game. It's another onslaught from Summit City in that second period of play. 4 for 4 on the power play today. 6-goal second period. They put on 24 shots in period number 2. It was a save there by Rutherford. For him so far, 24 now of 26 saves. Nick Lyon being the replacement to the left here for Cody Silvis. Making his second relief appearance and third APHL appearance of the last 2 weeks. We see Arnold back on the ice. Got a stick up high. Resulted in a 4-minute power play that resulted in 2 more goals for Summit City in that second. He has himself a pair tonight. At the point, the Distillers will keep it alive. Doyle can send this one to Lang. Keller foot race. An easy match for Rutherford to come out and play it. So B. Kraus going to retreat this one back in his defensive zone. As Colossus is going to move this one up. Shot comes in, saved there by Lyon. Rebound squeaks free, and Schmidt can clear. Not out of the zone, though. Big hit thrown by Bellman. Keller to Doyle, just off his stick. The Moon Township hockey alum, Richie Doyle. Lets it to his forehand, looking to wrap it around in front. Bounces out the Krause's shot. That one pushed wide of Rutherford's path. Turning chance there by Aquat. And we get a whistle here for the net coming off the moorings. And gives Rutherford a chance to collect himself here at 18-10. These two will go at it again tomorrow. Noon, 12:30 area start time, somewhere in that range. The second of these 2 matchups. It's a very busy football Sunday. A very busy Sunday here at Frozen Pond Arena. Forge will be back home January 10th and 11th to host the Wooster Bulls. The season's starting to wind its way down. A lot of games here for the Forge, especially here at home ice. Here's Garrett Rupert. Stick comes flying in there from Seibenaller. Break it up. Fry's going to dump this in. Offsides Forge. As they'll touch up now, and the Distillers have daylight ahead of them. Seibenaller gets crunched on by Garrett Rupert. Crum around the wall finds Dixon. Dixon wouldn't get the clear. Sokolsky strips it away for the Forge. Can get it out of the zone. 3-on-1 development. Sokolsky lets the shot, and that one sails wide in the net. Dixon back for Reifenberg. Sails this one off the wall. As J.D. Woods clear-outs it for Summit City. Team located out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The same hometown of Parker Rutherford. With many others on this Distillers roster. Also location of the ECHL's Fort Wayne Comets. They're currently in a little bit of a dilemma, as the entire East Coast Hockey League, being in a CBA disagreement and the players on strike. The save there by Nick Lyon, robbing Alex Arnold. Parker Rutherford, one of those players that has gotten a chance to be on an ECHL roster. He was with the Fort Wayne Comets training camp. And to be in their emergency backup in the ECHL in a game against his former hometown team. It's a pretty cool story. A weird little side note, he's the second RMU club hockey player to ever dress in an ECHL game. Rutherford family's question for you, who is the other one? Who's his former teammate? What's your hints? Behind the play, Sokolsky getting tripped up. No call there. Down comes Ricky Crum. Floats this one wanting Sokolsky and takes out Rutherford in the process. And Sokolsky is going to met with some lovings from the Distiller defense and retaliation after the goaltender gets knocked into. That was Carson Sulkold, the one coming to his netminder's defense. So Sulkold will get a penalty for a rough. Excuse me with the coughing coming off the flu a couple days ago. Just trying to find my voice still. I'm surprised we've been able to even make it this far. Said that the illnesses are ramping through the teams. We even made it up to the broadcasters as well. So the power play will commence for the Forwards to be outside the Distillers zone. They'll be their first power play of the game. %16% in that category is taken down is Litz, and then a cross check for the forward. So 17 seconds, the man advantage. We're back to 4-on-4. Alec Kraus, the guilty party.
Call yourself 92 seconds.
Temper's boiling over. And a chance for the Forge to at least come away with something. Kraus on the receiving end of a penalty for a cross check. One fours favoring the Distillers here. Fresher legs and a big hit thrown there by Lamo. At the point, couldn't be kept in. Here's Daniel Schmidt. Rifles went on, glove save Rutherford, and he'll hold on. Minute 23 of 4-on-4 hockey. After that, it'll be about 17 seconds of a power play for Summit City. Face-off win. Sokolsky the point to Schmidt. Winds up. That'll hit off a boot of Distiller forward as Lamo will set it up. Leaves it off for Cody Hess. Hess drives in shot. Save line. Rebounds there and clear. Sokolsky has a little trouble with it. Now corrals it. Earns this one over to Crum. Couldn't get a hold on it. And now the Distillers will storm the other way. Lamo to Hess. Dangles, walks in, tries to tuck to the backhand. And that'll hit off the side of their net. Here's Kraus. The Kraus for Summit City, I should mention, Tucker. Deals this all the way back to J.D. Woods. One of 5 All-Stars named for Summit City. This will be an icing on the Distillers. 34 seconds here, 4-on-4 play. Once again, want to congratulate those 5 All-Stars. Thomas Neely went out of the lineup tonight for Summit City, their leading goal scorer, along with J.D. Woods, Devin Perry, Justin Daner, and Cody Hess. Justin Daner is mentioned in the lineup today. I don't believe he's... Yeah, he's like, I might be mistaken in that. one of the alternate captains of this Distillers team. Sharing that honor along with Devin Perry. And of course, the captain being Cody Hess. Forwards leadership team, Dixon. Your captain, Michael Kelly, Alec Kraus, rocking the A's. And there's Walk getting tripped up in front of that net, and the Distillers bringing two the other way. Shot by Kraus. It's off the stick of Noah. Chris floats in front in line with a scare and gets down to make the save. Aqualon hurrying back to lay a little bit of pressure on the Distiller forward. Bauer prevent a chance. 1 second until Carson Salkold will be set free. And then a 16-second power play for the Distillers. They're holding strong. 4 for 4 in that category. We'll see if they can make it 5-on-4. Clock hasn't started. Now it has, so the Distillers are going to get an extra couple of seconds here. May come in their favor to keep that perfect streak alive. Trying to feed one in front. Down to the final 5, back to the point. Shot floats its way in, stick save made, and the penalty expired. Chris the clear, it'll be an ice. Rutherford takes the play, does get the play off now. Icing is waved off. The Forge go for some changes. Back is Reifenberg. Takes it off the wall to center. Hess settles. Now brings it in with some speed. Hess dances, works to the outside. Alexis shot high over the net. Velman up for Keller. Keller shuffles this one to Doyle. Off the Distiller bench. Fires one on, saved by Rutherford. And we'll have to hold on here at 12:43. Let's go through the goals, shall we? Start off with Tucker Kraus. Followed up by Devin Perry, Alex Arnold. 4 straight power play goals off the sticks of Aiden Witt ×2, Devin Perry, and Chris Woolham. And then Brett Bauer, Devin Perry's hat-trick goal. And then Alex Arnold's second on the Forge side, Richie Doyle and Jacob Sokolsky, the lone net. Cody Hess so far 6 assists on the evening. And make it 7 as Devin Perry nets his 4th of the game. That top unit, a force to be reckoned with. And Perry's 4th makes it 11-2. A bad break the other way there. Byron Lameau will get an assist on that one as well. At the 12:22 mark. Perry's 8th of the season, 4th of the game. As a tremendous night, that top line. You're wondering with the Distillers, top guy still going to produce is Kraus with a big hit there. Without Thomas Neely, and have done a phenomenal job. Dixon on the entry, scores. Ryan Dixon, a little bit of life. Gets his 7th of the season. An absolute rifle of the shot from the captain. Makes it 11-3. Dixon 7th. Makes it an 8-goal game. All he needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and suddenly we're tied again. Shot there, save made by Lyon. Sokolsky gets dragged down, penalty coming up. As off the box will be Alex Arnold for a hook. And the Forge, let's see if they can get more than a 17-second power play out of this one. gonna call it a trip. Excuse me, not a hold. Regardless, Forge power play set to begin. Sitting around the 15% mark in that category. The team's first meetings of this season. They were supposed to meet in Summit City a couple weekends ago. Some off-ice issues and travel. The games never occurred. Charge losses on the Forge's end. Here's Rupert Ashad sailing line. Griffey Crum tried to go cross ice. Chris Woolham all over it and can get the clear. Now comes Lyon, leaves it underneath for Crum. Gets met by Woolham. Crum with some speed across center. One of the quickest guys in the league. Leave it off underneath for Sokolsky. Clearing attempt by Kalasa. Doesn't go. Kalasa. Feels the pressure. Sokolsky is very patient here. Kraus going to join in, as well as another Distiller defender. Eventually gets dug out right to Distiller's stick. Bounces toward the blue line, but kept alive by Dixon. Offsides, Iron City. 49 seconds of a penalty here. Second unit will hop on. Bellman, Delosier, Fry. Excuse me, Aquat, Delosier, Fry, Schmidt, and Reifenberg. Schmidt will send it in. Round for Chase Fry. Now be cleared by the Distillers. Easy work there by Aiden Witt. 30 seconds, power play. The halfway mark here, the third. Schmidt to Delosier. Leaves it off to Aquat. Jake Aquat muscling his way in, tumbles to the ice. No calls. Assistant coach, if you want to call him that, Johnny McGuire, up to his arms. Turning shot by Aquat, he scores. Power play goal by Jake Aquat. Makes it 11-4. Rutherford wishing he had that one back. As Aqua, one of the rookies. His second power play goal this season and fifth goal total. A little bit of space in front of that net the Distillers gave. And a rifled shot up high on the netminder. (11-4). 7-goal differential. JD Woods will send this to length. It'll be icing on Summit City. Mentioned, tune in tomorrow. These two teams will go at it again. The second of two matchups on the weekend, starting around 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. Maybe 12:30. It's all up in the air, the exact start time. Somewhere around that time, you can expect it. Keller in front, a little nifty backhand. Trying to hit Bellman on that back door. This will still pass Noah Chris. All the way down, this one will go. Nick Lyon's going to leave it off. First clearing attempt. Has a little trouble with it. Chris. Off for Keller. Stoddard steps hard around Woods. And now Doyle with a check to the back. And Keller gets met on, and his stick gets stomped on by Jacob Scholz. We've seen a couple of whacks behind the play from both sides. Things getting let go for the time being. And big hit thrown by Keller. Neuenschwader slow to his feet as Keller with a head of steam and is laboring on that bench, leaving it all on that shift. So Neuenschwader hasn't seen a lot of ice time today, and that one receiving another massive hit. The Forge feeling life from that one is all bodies now. Aquat off the give of Bellman. Shuffles it on, backhanded stop there by Parker Rutherford. Bellman, Sokolsky, forehand save by Rutherford, and a beauty to stretch that pad. Second chance is there. Rupert scored, but the whistle blew. So Rupert robbed of his first goal there as the net came off, and a favorable bounce for Rutherford and the Distillers. So they won't be allowed to change. They're looking for an explanation here as head coach Joe Coulter, as he is none too pleased with the call. So they'll get Chase Fry quickly on the ice, and Keller has been pulled from the game by Johnny McGuire, assistant coach, at least for the time being. Dixon gets a stick in there, no call. Skalski in front, wanting Fry. Now be broken up. Down the other way comes Devin Perry, leaves it off for Hess, backhand for Lameau, and couldn't get to him. Seemingly Keller's night is done. The shot floats on, blocker save there by Lyon. On the final 6:40, Dixon leaves it off for Sokolsky. Jacob Sokolsky dances around Carson Sokol. Around for Fry shot. Shoulder saved by Rutherford. Sokolsky out wide for Dixon. Sharp angle chance off the side of the net. And then behind the net, Reifenberg takes down his man. And in a chokehold, Devin Perry, as things starting to boil over, as Reifenberg gets a couple of rights on Perry. And down he goes. Reifenberg takes down Perry, as Perry never really even had a chance. And then Sokol takes down Sokolsky, and Sokolsky is in a lot of pain. So Sokol will get dragged to the box, as the Forge bench visibly upset, as Reifenberg shaken up as well after the draw with Perry. As that should be the end of the night here, it looks like, for Reifenberg. Is down another body, actually now making two bodies as Iron City. As they're going to try to get Keller, who's going to try to sneak his way back onto that bench. I don't think he'll be able to, but that's it, at least for Reifenberg's night. So 6:17 to go. Frustrations have hit the boiling point. Still think there could be more to this, as Keller's going to limp his way back on the bench. He's not done yet. So Sokol and Perry will sit for Summit City. We'll see if Iron City has to put anyone in the box after the melee. I didn't see exactly what happened to Sokolsky. It looked like it got him in the mid to rib section. He's on the bench, and now actually he's going to make his way to the dressing room. Actually, there's an onslaught of Forge players heading to the dressing room, as Keller and Crum have now made their way there. So as it stands, the Forge might only be down to, let's see, 9 players? 10 players? Like Sokolsky might be coming back. It's a lot of guys on this Forge roster trying to fight through a lot of pain, and, you know, only with a shortened bench, only so much you can do. Let's go back to that trivia question. Parker Rutherford dressed in the ECHL game. Who was the other one? The answer is Christian Pellegrino. Very close on the spelling. That is the correct answer. They try to sort out penalties here, and I did hear 4-on-4. So you imagine someone from each team's going to head to the box. Saltcold's still in the box here for Summit City. I think Aquat's going to head his way for Iron City. Devin Perry is on the Distiller bench. In his helmet. So, looks like Saltcold for 2, Reifenberg for 2. Aqua will serve the penalty. And then, of course, the 5-minute fighting major, I'm not 100% sure on, because Devin Perry is on the Distiller bench. And we don't have a PA announcer, so I'm just playing all speculation. Here's Alec Kraus. Joust behind the play with Seibenaller. Chris Woolham on the entry. Fan on the first and second attempt. Saved by Lyon way out of his crease to make that one. Shot there, floating on. Lyon with the stop. Seibenaller. So bank off the wall. Bellman to Corelli for Iron City. Doesn't find the lane he wants and will hold behind his net. Bellman, the center off the stick of Kraus, goes back to the Distillers' possession. A minute gone on the 4-on-4. So he played back now to Kalasa. Eli Kalasa. A drop pass will stay in the zone. Backhand chance there. Floats towards the net and somehow kept out. Colosso so close to his first. Sokolsky back on the ice. Here for the Forge. 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. 4:45 on the game clock. Back to the point. Chances fanned on by Woods. Doyle to Sokolsky, and Woods there closes him away. Penalty coming up. J.D. Woods for a high stick. So we'll have a 4-on-3 for 14 seconds. Be a power play here for Iron City for the next 2 minutes. Keller is going to hop off the ice. From tonight looks like is over as well as Reifenberg's. Just looking from the far side of the bench. Shot there by Chris. Pad stop made by Rutherford. Sokolsky to Rupert. Saves, looks, fires, pad stop, rebound. Sokolsky, glove save by Rutherford. Yeah, full 5-on-4 now. Minute 45 of power play time. Sokolsky tied up on the draw. This will go to the wall to Rupert. Back around. Krauts to Keller. A shot. Bounces through and they'll score. Garrett Rupert's first goal. It comes on the power play. collect that puck from the Altoona natives. Got one taken away from him earlier today when that net came off. And now Garrett Rupert on that half wall. Beats Rutherford for his first. The 2 power play goals here for the Forge in the third. One off the stick of Aquat. Now the second coming from Rupert. Here with 4:06 to go in period number 3. The shot comes floating in. Stop there with the glove of Nick Lyon. They get 4 minutes exactly here in the third. Off the draw, Sokolsky to Schmidt. Wouldn't clear it out of the zone. The Distillers look is set up, broken up by Rupert. Here's Devin Perry, blocked away by Schmidt. So Perry didn't get a 5-minute major for fighting, as obviously he is on the ice. Which I think is the correct call. He didn't really get a chance to get his gloves up, I don't believe. It's Keller, wrapped up by Perry. Puck is away, Perry still holding on. Kraus winds up shot through traffic, pushed wide the net. Schmidt, the float one towards the corner. Can't keep it in is Daniel Schmidt. Alec Kraus will get to it. Banks it off the wall. Onsides now in Summit City. Finds it to Hess. Hess walks in shot. He scores. Cody Hess goes bar down for goal number 12 on the season. And goal number 12 of the game. Yeah, 3:07 as they're fixing Nick Lyon's net after the fact. Looks like we'll be good to go. (12-5). Jake Aquat face-off win. Noah Chris bands on it. Now the Distillers take control, trying to go in front. Was Arnold and broken up. This will go a shot from Kraus, save made, rebound loose, caught in the pad. They'll score, but the whistle was blown. So each team will get 1 goal retracted for early whistles. So it'd be 13-6, but really it's 12-5. We'll switch face-off circles. Shot from the point, deflected there by Arnold by the net. They look to try to get out of this one unscathed with injury bug or anything else, are both teams. Chase Fry trying to walk around Woods, gets a little bit of help here from Aquat turning chance, stopped there by Rutherford off his shoulder. Fry winding up, saved by Rutherford with a trip coming up. He's Aquat a little slow to his feet. The way he landed. Oh, the referee took a tumble as well. Aquat really favoring that leg. Trying to get back to his feet and to the left. What it looks like. We're getting some assistance. As actually JD Woods is out of the game. Wonder what more went on there. If they're gonna give him for, I don't know, a slew foot, possibly. But Aquat's night seemingly is over, and so is JD Woods's. What the official call is, we're not 100% sure. But 2:19 to go. Game seemingly continues to drag as we now approach the 10:30 Eastern time mark. So a 5-minute penalty to JD Woods assessed. And all the power play here for the rest of the game. Garrett Rupert can lead this off for Ryan Dixon. Over for Sokolsky. Through the middle, wanted Rupert. The Distillers were there and pushed this to center. Bellman's going to tap this one down low. Salkold there for the Distillers. Long the ball for Woolham. Woolham feels the pressure. Will retreat back. Woolham gets crunched by Krause. What a hit by Alec Krause. Rupert can't find any room. Over for Bellman. Bellman moves his way, looking for some room, tumbles. No call there, and a clear by Summit City. Final 70 seconds to go here in the game. Garrett Rupert. Go out wide to Bellman. Looking for Dixon at the blue line, trying to dig for this one. He gets pushed further into the zone. Pops out to Bellman. Bellman walks in, shot save made by Rutherford. Wraparound chance, and that comes off, and Rutherford gets to stop as well. 42.2 to go in the game. Forge going for seemingly their probably last change of the game. One forward by Michael Keller, looking for Delozier on the back end. In the corner, two bodies respectively from each team out that come the Distillers and won't be able to clear. Schmidt will bank it in. And to go underneath. Kolosov gets tied up by Keller. Those two trade whack. Shot by Doyle, ricochets off the back wall. Delozier parked in front. They try to go back to the point to Noah Chris. This will go all the way down. Lyon gives it off to Chris. One last go. Banked off the wall, Doyle, and that'll do it. Summit City comes out with a big 12-5 victory over the Forge here on this Saturday night evening. A lot happened, and the Distillers on top. Devin Perry with 4 goals, Alex Arnold with a pair, and a Cody Hess 8-point night. Lead Summit City atop of their division, and they'll stay that way in the first of 2 matchups against Iron City. That'll do it from us here. 12-5 Distillers, your final. 12:30, 12:15, somewhere along that line will be game number 2 tomorrow here from Frozen Pond Arena. We thank you all for watching us here tonight, as the Forge will salute their fans as they head off and regroup. Clean slate tomorrow. Distillers on top, 12-5. This is Caden McCrory saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow.